Thank you guys all for being here. It's yet another exciting billion-dollar day in California. As I always like to say, somebody is waking up this morning, this afternoon, perhaps with a billion-dollar piece of paper. In this case, $1.7 billion Powerball ticket, the second highest jackpot in any lottery history. So another really exciting day here in California, and we have a lot to talk about today. But I want to start by celebrating who we consider the real winners here in California, and that's our public school students. The lottery in California exists thanks to voters almost 40 years ago for the explicit purpose of raising supplemental funding, a little extra bonus money, if you will, for the programs and services at our public education system, kindergarten all the way through the university level. So I'd like to invite Director Alva Johnson to the podium to speak a little bit about that, and then I'll be back with you.
Okay, first I just want to ask think about what you were doing on July 22nd this summer, because that's when the roll started for this sequence. It rolled 35 times for Powerball, and today we're excited about the prize of $1.725 billion that was sold right here at this market. And we're just really excited that we can continue to serve our purpose to generate supplemental funding for California education. As Carolyn explained, this sequence alone since July generated $119.5 million for California public education. That's K-12, the university, community colleges. There are probably several in a neighborhood near you. We couldn't do this, however, without the important partnerships we have with the 23,000 bricks and mortar California retailers that sell lottery tickets in person to people who want to buy our fantastic products. We are grateful for them for helping us with this important mission. This sequence alone generated over $18 million for California retailers, whether they were cashing tickets, getting bonuses for handing out large prizes, or getting commissions. And so that's something that we also want to acknowledge. And I also want to take a special moment to acknowledge one of our longtime day one employees. Now, day one, when was that? That was in 1985. And this gentleman, Carl Ornelas, was here to help us with our mission in 1985. And he's still here getting it done for us. And also these other fantastic lottery employees, many of whom have been here for many years, including our local manager here out of the Fresno office, Henry Hernandez. So we just, it's a team effort for our 1,000 employees working with our 23,000 retailers. We are happy to do this and serve our mission for California public schools. So I'm going to hand off back to Carolyn for a few more comments.
Yes, thank you, Director. I'm sure you guys all want to know about the winner. We won't know who that person is, or maybe it's a group of friends or family members who played together until they come forward. So once that happens, which they have a year to do, then we begin what we call the claims process. That person becomes a claimant, and they aren't the winner until we've thoroughly vetted the claim, looked closely at the ticket. That is the key to winning the money, is that $1.7 billion ticket. Without that ticket, there is no access to the prize money. So whoever has that needs to keep it extraordinarily safe and bring that forward to us. We have offices all over California, several in Los Angeles, just an hour or so away, up in Fresno, more offices, and farther north than that. So there are a lot of options for people to come find us. They also have the option of putting it in the U.S. mail. You'd be surprised, we do get claims that way, even high jackpot amounts sometimes. If the player wants to put it in the mail, we strongly encourage certified mail for obvious reasons. That ticket is the key to the money. But again, that jackpot winning level, whoever has that ticket has a year to come forward. Our prize payments team will process that claim. We do process over 10,000 claims a month at lottery headquarters in Sacramento. So it usually takes about 6 to 8 weeks or so, depending on the circumstances. But if that person doesn't come forward for another year or so, we could be waiting a while until we know who won that money. But we have a really great winner behind us today. We talked about our public education students. We also have our retail partners, and today we are so pleased to give them a bonus check for selling the $1.7 billion Powerball.
aside, of course.
Can you turn to us as well?
Yeah.
This is Chris and Andy. Did I get that right?
Yes, that's
Their family has owned this market since the mid-90s. I'm sure you guys all want to know how they feel this morning, so come on up. This afternoon. Go ahead.
First of all, I want to thank Frazier Park people for supporting a small business such as us. Also, I want to thank the lottery team for all the effort and the good service provide for us. And thank you for everybody showed up today. Thank you.
Your name?
My name is Nidal Khalil. I go by Andy.
Can you spell it for us?
Nidalkhalil.
Thank you. And who are you with?
Thank you very much.
Who are you with? You're the owner?
I am the owner. I am the owner of the store.
What are you going to do with all that money?
What do I do? I said I only get half of the money. The other half goes to my brother. I want to make sure. I want to make sure my kids have enough funds for the college. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you.
I'll come back just to answer a few more questions.
Sure.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
As the director said, we wouldn't be here without our 23,000 partners. It is the only legal way to play the lottery in California is to buy your tickets in person at a store like the one behind me. Online ticket sales are illegal. We want our players to know that. Over the 40 some odd year history, the nearly 40-year history of the California lottery, we've raised over $41 billion for public schools. We're really proud of that. Should this prize money go unclaimed, and that's not necessarily what we hope for, we want the winner to come forward, but if it goes unclaimed, that money also goes right to public schools, the sales portion in California. So there's going to be a winner here no matter what. And with that, I'm happy to take questions. Go ahead. Yeah.
Why do these jackpots seem to be getting so large?
Yes, happy to. I think most of you know this is our $3 billion Powerball jackpot in the span of a year hit here in California. California is home to more lottery players than any other state, so it doesn't totally surprise me, and we're thrilled to celebrate it with them. One of the reasons the jackpots have gotten so high lately is because of the economy and the rising interest rates. If the winner chooses to take the annual payments, you probably know the eventual winner has the choice of the lump sum or the annual payments. If they take the annual payments, that's them asking us as the state to invest that lump sum on their behalf over 30 annual payments. That's where the $1.7 billion comes in. So that money exists over time. The cash value or the lump sum of today's jackpot is $774.1 million, still an incredible amount of money. The state of California doesn't tax lottery winnings, but the IRS does. So that's before federal taxes.
The last $1 billion lotto, has that been claimed yet?
I think you're referring to the drawing that resulted in the winning ticket in downtown Los Angeles in July. It was just the last time this jackpot was hit. This one kept growing right after that. Nobody has come forward yet. Like I said, jackpot winners have up to a year to claim that prize. And to be clear, when someone comes forward, again, we call them a claimant. They're not the winner until we make sure it's the rightful person. So we actually don't publicly acknowledge when we have someone walk in the door because we want to ensure we get the winner's money to the right person.
How often do you see people actually opt for the annuity rather than the cash option?
We have both at the California Lottery. There have been plenty of winners who've elected to take the annuity, but by far, the majority of winners take the lump sum prize. Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that either friends or family could have won this. So how does
Yeah.
can you explain to us how that would work?
Yeah.
Would it be the person that bought the ticket, or just explain a little more?
Yeah, typically, especially if it's a group of friends or coworkers, typically they'll elect somebody to represent their group and come forward to the lottery. Somebody needs to be in possession of the actual ticket to bring it forward to the lottery. In the family, setting, it could be anybody who's willing to do that. But we have different claim forms on our website, calottery.com. If you're an individual versus if you're a group, but ultimately somebody has to act as the group representative.
How often did they get the money?
So they have a year to come forward, and then, like I said, our rough timeline is 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the circumstances, to process that claim. There are circumstances that could elongate it if somebody doesn't answer a question exactly right, or sometimes if a person owes the state of California money, the state is able to see that, and it can elongate the process. But typically, it's pretty straightforward, about 6 to 8 weeks after they come forward.
Not that I'm planning, but if I took the annuity,
Yes.
can I assign beneficiaries to that?
You can put, there's a lot of language in our regulations that's important to look at if you're the winner. In fact, it's one of the strongest pieces of advice we give our players, particularly of jackpots this size, is to hire advisors, legal advisors, financial advisors. We have a big winner's handbook right on our website. So any of you, we can all look at it. But yeah, somebody has to claim the prize, a real person. Their name is public record in California, so you can't make the trust the name. Somebody's name is public record, but then you can put that money in different places just like you can with other parts of your portfolio. Does that answer your question?
No. Can I will it to somebody else, or at the point of my death, is that the end of the...
No. Thank you for clarifying. You may absolutely will it to somebody else, just like everything else in your ownership. If a winner were to have unforeseen circumstances during those annuity payments, it would fold right into the estate, etc. The money wouldn't stop flowing. Yeah. Of course. Anything else, you guys? Okay, one more round of applause for Midway. I'll be around for a little bit if anyone needs anything.